friends, welcome to the Better English class. I hope you are getting on well with your English. Before I begin, I want you to watch this teaser. Yes friend, you need to subscribe to my channel so that you can like my video, you can share my video with other friends. You can also save this video so that you can watch it number of times without using your data. Well, what did I discuss in the last video? It's about noun, right? Nouns are names. They are preceded by article, adjective, possessive pronoun. Noun can be used as subject, direct object, indirect object, object of a preposition, as adjective, and as adverb also. Well, this is what I discussed in the last video. In this video, I am gonna discuss the other aspects of noun that is very, very important for you to improve your English. Yes, I'm talking about the countable and the uncountable noun. Let's look at the outcome and the expectation first. Outcomes, you will have clear understanding on the topic, correct usage of words, improved comprehension skills, strong vocabulary, command in English grammar. Expectations, you must watch this video until the end. Give full attention on the lesson. Note down the important points. Refer to the grammar book. Write down your queries in the comment box below. The countable and the uncountable nouns are the two biggest groups of nouns. The countable nouns are also known as the count noun. Similarly, the uncountable nouns are also known as the uncount noun. Let's discuss the uncountable noun first. 3 things you must remember about the uncountable nouns. Number 1, the uncountable nouns refer to quantity or mass. For example, water or time. You cannot count water. You cannot count time. You can say much water or much time. The second important thing that you must know about the uncountable noun is there are some uncountable nouns that seem to be countable, but they are actually not. For example, furniture, information, equipment. Even though you can see some furnitures lying on the floor and you can count it, but then if you say 1 furniture or 2 furnitures, it is wrong English. If at all you want to count the furniture, you can say a piece of furniture, a pair of furnitures, you can say like that. But you cannot say 1 furniture or 2 furniture. Similarly, the same with information and equipment. The uncountable noun has got only 1 form. You cannot make it plural, unlike the countable noun. We'll be discussing the countable nouns later about the singular and the plural ones. But then here, so far the uncountable nouns are concerned, you cannot make them plural. They have only 1 form. Let me discuss the example related to the third point. There isn't much space in this room. You can either say space or much space. Both mean the same. When you use much, then you actually refer to some amount of space. Otherwise, it is quite okay for you to say there isn't space in this room. When I say there isn't much space in this room, what I refer to is some amount of space. So 3 things you must remember. 1. Uncountable nouns are mass or quantity. Some uncountable nouns may seem to be countable, but they are actually not. And thirdly, the uncountable nouns have only one form. The 4th thing that you should know about the uncountable noun is if the uncountable noun is the subject of a verb, then the verb will take its singular form. Look at the example given here. Extra money has been given to him to complete the project. Here, extra money is the uncountable noun. Basically, money is the uncountable noun. Here, in this example, money is the uncountable noun. And look at the form of verb. The extra money has been given. If you say the extra money have been given, then you would be wrong. So, what did you learn? The 4th point, when the uncountable noun is the subject of a verb, then the verb will take the singular form. There are some uncountable nouns such as furniture, information, equipment. You can use parts of the thing or amount of the thing in order to quantify the uncountable noun, like the furniture, information, or equipment. For example, you can say some pieces of information. You cannot say one information or two information. Instead, you can say some information or some pieces of information. That's a correct expression. I hope you understand. Let's proceed with some more information about the uncountable nouns. Types of the uncountable nouns. The first type of uncountable nouns is liquid. Example, milk, water. The second type, powder and grain. Example, rice, wheat, sand. The third type is abstract idea. Example, advice, chaos, motivation. The fourth type is mass. Example, furniture, hair, transportation. The fifth type, natural phenomena. The examples are sunshine, snow, rain, weather. The sixth type of the uncountable noun is the state of being. That is sleep, stress, childhood. Now let us look at the nature of the countable nouns. The countable nouns are the words for the separate things. For example, apples, books, teacher. You can see them separately. So this is one. Number two, the countable nouns refer to the words that can be counted. This is the crux of the matter. The countable nouns are counted. Whatever big the number may be, it can be counted. For example, all people in the world, though it may seem to you that you can't count it, but then they are actually countable. You can count the number of people. That's number two. Number three, countable nouns are the words that use the indefinite and the definite article, a or an and the. For example, a boy, an umbrella, the lion. Another important point you must note about the nature of the countable noun is the countable noun has two forms, one singular, the other plural. Because you can count this noun, either you have one or more than one. In English, you either have one or many. So in that, for example, one boy, many boys. You can also count like one boy, two boys, three boys, many boys. So what's the fourth point? The fourth point is the countable nouns have two forms, singular and plural. Another important point, plural countable nouns use few, many, some. These are certain determiners that these plural countable nouns make use of. For example, a few players. Now let's look at how you can write the plural forms of noun. Basically, you add an s at the end of the singular noun and your noun becomes a plural noun. For example, book, books. But if the noun ends with s, sh, ch, z, or x, then you've got to use es at the end of that singular noun. For example, flash, flashes, class, classes, match, matches. That's how you form the plural noun of this sort of singular noun. And the other one, if the noun ends with a y, then you need to remove y and add ies towards the end of the singular noun, and that noun becomes a plural. For example, lady, lady ends with y. And how you write ladies? Lady, the plural is ladies. How you write? You write ladies. So you remove y and you replace ies with y. And that's how you make the plural form of the singular countable noun. So 3 rules. What are they? Simply add s to the noun and you make a plural. The second, if the nouns ends with s, ch, sh, z, or x, then you've got to add es towards the end of that singular countable noun. And finally, if the singular countable noun ends with a y letter, then you remove y and add ies towards the end of it in order to make the plural form of the singular countable noun. Got it? The other important point about the singular countable noun you must note is the singular countable nouns must precede with the determiners such as a, an, the, both, each, so on and so forth. Now let's look at the examples given on the screen. I have a driving license. He has studied several lessons already. Here, several is the determiner. The lessons cost 1000 rupees an hour. Here, an hour. Hour is the singular countable noun and n is that determiner. That's how the rule goes, that singular countable noun must precede with the determiner, like a or n or the or both or each, likewise. Very interestingly, there are some countable nouns that have only plural forms. They do not have the singular form. So these are the nouns that refer to such things that have two separate parts joined together. For example, trousers, scissors, or jeans. Look at some of the examples given here on screen. I'm going to buy some new jeans. I'm going to buy a new pair of jeans. The police are searching for a criminal. Mark here, the police is also taken as plural, though it may seem singular. The cattle are grazing in the field. Mark here, cattle may seem to you as a singular thing because it's a group noun, but it is referred to as the plural noun. The cattle are grazing in the field. Got my point? So now let's have a few comparisons between the countable and the uncountable nouns for more understanding or for more clarity or for more conceptual clarity. Here we go. The countable nouns take few, a few, or the few, whereas the uncountable nouns takes little, a little, the little. Look at the example. There were few children in the class. I could answer only a few questions. The few public gardens are not maintained properly. Do you know the meaning of few, a few, the few? They are given below. Few is used with plural nouns. It indicates a small number of something, but usually it has a negative connotation. Look at the example once again. There were few children in the class. So the speaker is trying to say that there were almost no children in the class. So when you use few, though it refers to a plural countable noun, but it refers to a negative connotation. A few means some. It is quite understood. Look at the example once again. I could answer only a few questions. That means there were many questions. Out of them, I could answer only a few, some of them. That is what is understood from this sentence. The few means not many, but all of those. Look at the example once again. The few public gardens are not maintained properly. What does the speaker try to say here? The speaker tries to say not many public gardens are maintained properly. So always remember, when you have not many in your mind, you could use the few. So few has got negative connotation. That means almost no one. A few refers to a certain amount, a certain number of things or certain amount, and the few refers to not many. Now let's look at the usage of little, a little, and the little. Let us read the example first. The shop owner gives me little money. I'll have to find another job. There is a little milk in the refrigerator. The little time we spent on reading the text was not enough to be able to answer the questions. What do you mean by little, a little, the little here? Little indicates negative connotation, just like few, meaning not much. So here, let's read the example once again. The shop owner gives me little money. That means whatever amount of money the shop owner gives me is very less, or is not much, or is not enough for me to sustain. That's why I'll have to find another job. So that's what it means. A little indicates positive meaning. Let's read the example once again. There is a little milk in the refrigerator. That means there is a small amount of milk in the refrigerator. That means you are very much positive about it. The certain quantity or the certain amount of milk is left over. Next, the little means not much. You're very much certain about the quantity here. Let's read the example once again. The little time we spent on reading the text was not enough to be able to answer the questions. The little time means not much time. So we spent very less time on reading the text. That's why we won't be able to answer the questions. That's what the speaker wants to mean here. Hope you got to understand about the usage of few, a few, the few, and little, a little, the little. I have got some questions for you on the screen, so look at these questions and try to answer. Of course, in the next slide, I'll be showing you the answer. So first you try yourself. I hope when you first read these questions, you would have located the countable and the uncountable noun in order to choose few or little. So far, the choice between a few or the few and little or a little, you need to remember the rule that we just discussed. The first thing you need to do is to just try to know whether the noun is a countable or an uncountable noun. If countable noun, then you can use few. If it is uncountable noun, you can use little. The first sentence, I would say, few children participated in the program. Because I'm not sure how many children are there in the program, and here there is no point of hint, there is no hint of the number of children participated in the program, so I would choose few. Second, there is little water in the well. Yes, so maybe little because it refers to the water. So water is an uncountable noun, that's why little. And why little? Because in this sentence we're not sure about the amount of water present in the well. That's why you use little. The water is very less. The average MP means Member of Parliament. The average MP has little real power. And why little? Because power is an uncountable noun. That's why you use little. And why little? Because you are not sure of the amount of real power the MP has. So there is no point of reference to it. That's why we are unsure about it, and so you choose little. We've gotten a little meat and a few eggs. Why I use little before meat? Because meat is an uncountable noun. You cannot count one meat, two meats, three meats. That's why little. And why a little? Because here the speaker is trying to refer to a particular amount of meat. So we've gotten a little meat and then a particular amount of eggs. That's why a few eggs. Eggs, look at the plural form of the noun, eggs, S form. That is why you use a few. So the right answer is a little meat and a few eggs. Can I try a little of your soup? That means someone is asking for some amount of soup from you. That's why a little. A certain amount of soup he's asking for. I hope you have got full understanding on the topic countable and uncountable nouns. And I'm sure if you face any questions related to the countable and the uncountable nouns, you would be confident enough to attempt all the questions correctly. My best wishes are with you always. So until I come up with the next video in this basic grammar series, stay tuned. Bye bye.